Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the field. Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown. Here comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
You're by the way, kick dig back here. And here we sit the day after an historical event that I frankly at this point still cannot believe. I'm still in utter shock. But I am excited. Joey Shakes, what is going on? How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Just chilling. Obviously, a lot to talk about. We haven't talked since really the pretty much before training camp. So we haven't really talked about training camp at all or anything since it started. So yeah, a lot of it's been a busy weekend and a lot of news. And yeah, tomorrow's a big day. Yeah,
big day. Let's see here. John Dunham, welcome. Flybirds Fly 20. John Dunham's here. Nathan's here. Philly Big Dog. HVSJR. Brian Donahue. Fat Cat. JJ Rock. Jay Koch. What is going on, my man? System of the Knot. A member for 18 months of Dingbat Nation. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that. I think that's you. It just has a weird, empty looking membership milestone thing. That's kind of weird. What is going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Joey is specifically talking about the Kelly Greens are coming out tomorrow. There will be people camping out to make sure that they get their Kelly Greens. And I tell you what, might just be as good as the Kelly Greens. Did you see the box?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh my God, I want that box, let alone I don't know. Yeah, that sounds like you're talking about the box that the jersey but yeah, people, what's going to happen. But yeah. So that looks good too. Now the jerseys, obviously, they got leaked out. That's what you get. Somebody was going to get them for all that teasing us all week. That's what I think happened. I think people were like, "All right, we're going to get you," because they just came out 2 days early. However, tomorrow we will get to find out who the Eagles will wear those jerseys with. I think one of them has to be Christmas Day. Like, I couldn't imagine if it wasn't Christmas Day, Joey.
Could be, yeah.
I think Christmas Day.
Could be Dallas, maybe week 9.
Yeah, I think you should do the Giants on Christmas Day. I think Dallas would be a great one. And then maybe the 49ers, just because I hate them. To me, it's like, dude, I'm like still like I was literally like emotional like last night about this because I have been pushing this thing for so long, like 6 years. Like when we first started YouTube, I did a video every year, twice a year, talking about switching, and the comments would be like, "It'll never happen. Stop talking about it." Blah blah blah. And now it's finally here, man. I'm very happy.
Well, who wins the argument in the end? Mostly all the time, you do. So
yeah,
that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's true. Steve H. Davis Super Chat goes, "What Kelly Green jerseys you going to get?" Great question, Joey. Which ones are you getting? Do you know what you want?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about getting Jalen Hurts, maybe Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith, I was kind of leaning towards. I saw you were talking about like the Dallas Goedert 88. You thought that looked really good, and the green, which looks really good too. So it might be another one.
Yeah, I right now I'm leaning towards. I'm definitely Devontae Smith is a shoo-in because he's my favorite player.
Right.
But I think I'm going to go Goddard because, dude, I wanted a Keith Jackson 88 back in the day, and he left the Eagles before I could ever get one. So I almost feel like it's like my opportunity to get it. So I might have to do Devontae and Goddard to start out with, and then my next round will be like Jalen Hurts and probably Hassan Reddick, something like that. What are you guys planning? Who do you guys want? Going great. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Because you, man, Denzel, man, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Torigo says the bad thing is it looks like you can't choose any player you want with the Kelly Green jerseys because it's only a certain amount of players for the game and Fuse jerseys. So they're limited to what they have so far? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know. I mean, I assume Devontae Smith and Goddard are there. They did show their jerseys, you know. And for those that haven't, if you're been living on an island, this is what they look like. Obviously, the Josh Sweat one that just looks. Those jerseys look so
great.
Good. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. You know. Yeah, and the helmets. I can't wait, dude.
Are the pants silver enough? They look more white.
I think they could be like. Personally, I think I would have probably made them a little more silver, but it works. It works. It works. I mean, I don't think they can be exactly. I don't think they're exactly the same, but I think they look good enough. I'm very happy with them. Also, I don't think they're stitched numbers. I think those are imprinted. Because I don't think back in the day they were stitching those numbers. Because I have an authentic Randall Cunningham, and it's not stitched; it's imprinted. So it's interesting. VJ, David Super Chat. He goes, "What up?" And I did. Thank you for Super Chat. I did a poll before this started, asking if people would want those to be permanent, like the number 1 jerseys. 90% of the people said yes, 10% said no. There's a few people that don't like them. I've seen that, and I respect their opinion. And now we'll have, we'll all get to choose something we like. That's how I look at it.
Exactly.
JJ Rock Philly, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, the man, Think Bet 500. What is going on, man? How are you doing today? What is happening? Man, it's coming in quick. Let me catch up here. But thank you so much for Super Chat, my man. We appreciate it. Let me catch up to these, and then we can talk business. We got.
Oh boy.
Oh, I can only imagine what I'm about to run into. VJ, they were Super Chat. He goes, I think Hurts, Carter, Smith. Those are great. I mean, those are definitely great players to have because they're going to be around for a while, you know. New Zealand Philly fan, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, if Swift gets extended, I'm getting Agent Zero. Yeah, that would be a really cool one. That
would be worth it.
You know, I also should say, because there's been a lot of confusion about like where you could get the jerseys. You told me today now, for those that don't live local and can't go to those 3 stores, they will actually be pre-sale on Fanatics website starting August 1st, right? Is that
and it's going to be on Fanatics. It won't be. They said Fanatics on NFL Shop, so it'll be on. I'll be on there.
So that's where you could get it starting August 1st.
Right.
I'll be up early trying to get it because it'll probably be like 6 a.m. for me. Flipping the bird, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, yo, dig about what time jerseys go on sale tomorrow? 9 Eastern time. They're going on sale. Only local, and if you can get to one of those 3 shops that they're at. Otherwise, you have to wait till the next day. And then you go to fanatics.com. Lucius the Show, thank you for Super Chat. My man, he goes, Joey, did you see Philly's Mistress? Oh, my God. Yeah, I now have somebody that comes on, and their name is Philly 500's Mistress. And they're talking about how fun they had last night. And I'm reading this, and my wife's like right there going like this. Crazy. It was funny. Fan of the Batman, thank you for the Super Chat. He goes, what's up? Can't wait to rock the Kelly Green Barnett. Don't get my advice is do not get the Kelly Green Barnett because you may retire it really quick. If you really want the number 96, go to Mitchell and Ness and get yourself a Clyde Simmons legacy jersey. Jameson Smith, thank you so much for Super Chat. He goes, why Sills keep calling you Jordan Davis's public relations rep? PR, yeah, he's calling me Jordan Davis's PR rep because I think Jordan Davis can be good. I don't look at the negative of people look at Jordan Davis and they go, oh, he didn't have a great season because he had no sacks. But man, you got to look at the upside sometimes at these guys. Now, I thought it was really interesting that Jordan Davis said today he's still 340. Did you?
Kind of weird.
He's 340. he looks 25, 30 pounds lighter. The only way I know that you can possibly do it is he's got to have gained some serious muscle for that to even happen, dude. Otherwise, I don't know how you could possibly how it could possibly work. But he looks like he's in tremendous shape. Fletcher Cox was saying during a conditioning test, he's not winded at all, dude. Like he's ready to go. I think Jordan Davis is going to have a big year. I do. And I'm more than happy to be his PR rep. That's fine with me.
I think the problem he had in the season too is I think it's just his motor, just how long he could engage, and then sometimes you saw him flat on his back. Sometimes that was really when we drafted him. The only issue we were going to have is they have to maintain his weight, otherwise he's going to lose his explosiveness, and then it might ruin his career. So this second year is crucial right now. So we'll see.
Yeah. Troy says, subject, did you see the fights last night? I guess no, I didn't watch it. I was out of town. I did win $100 though, because I did bet it. So I made out okay. I bet that fight. I'll probably watch. I think they repeat it next week, so I will watch it. Flipping the Bird, favor super chat. He goes 9 a.m. Eastern or 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. What? 9 a.m. Eastern, not Pacific.
Eastern, yeah, AM Eastern.
Different Easterns? Oh, 9 a.m. PM. Okay, yeah. 9 a.m. Eastern, not PM. No, I'm sorry. I was like, wait a second, 2 9s Eastern?
You're saying the same thing.
Yeah. Eagles Line says Troy Singleton, that was yeah. I didn't get to see it yet. Don't tell me. I know who won, but I want to watch it. Jordan Davis lost water weight. A lot of water, I guess. I don't know. So let's see. Fly Eagles, Fly Peace says, what's up, 500 Shakedown? How's everyone tonight? Hey, Philly, if you haven't seen it, you need to see The Chosen. I haven't seen Chosen. My dad keeps telling me to watch it. It's something I definitely want to watch, though. I do plan on it. 27 Bro says, are you going to training camp on Sunday? I am. No, I'm not being able to go. But you know what? I'm looking for people who want to send me videos of them there. Anybody that wants to film anything for me, send videos, I may even pay you for it. So hit me up on Twitter at YoPhilly500.
I think we said this last year.
I did. And no, I don't think I think I might have gotten 1 or 2 clips, but that was about it. Joe says, Philly Joe, is there any truth to the rumor that we buy either a Slay or Bradbury jersey, we will get an autographed intercepted ball by Dak? I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Do you,
I have no idea.
Hear anything about that?
Mm-mm.
I think that's a great promotional piece, though. I do. Let me see something. But James Bradbury is another jersey, dude. I might have to get, dude. It looks good, dude. The number 24. I don't know. I dig it, dude.
I mean, he's here long term now. He's here for a few years, so
yeah. Let me show you guys. I just think that the number looks so clean, dude.
Yeah,
that looks so good. 24. I think that would be awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm so happy, man. Now, we do want to talk about a possible rumor. I don't know what to make of it. We're just going to throw it out there. But apparently, the Eagles could be interested in a safety, and apparently Howie Roseman, according to report, has been basically trying to find a safety. Now, I kind of believe in some ways this may be true, only because if you look at all the players they've been working out, they're either receiver or safety. And then today at practice, you get Kevon Wallace getting reps with the first team. I don't dismiss that as, oh, it just happens. I actually don't know what it means. I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I know it's a thing. ML Football reported this for you guys. Philadelphia Pound Eagles general manager Howie Roseman has been lurking around the safety market. League sources familiar with the situation tell ML Football. Multiple top-tier safeties are currently unhappy with their current contract situation, and Philly could look to get them on the cheap, a front office executive said. This would be a similar situation to acquiring Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. What are your thoughts on that, man?
Just really depends on who's really left out there. I mean, Kevin Byard's got a restructure, so he's staying with the Titans. I mean, it's not going to be a high profile guy. I mean, I doubt it. I mean, I don't know. It could be almost anybody. I mean, Budda Baker got the raise, unless that's not going to matter too much, and maybe there is somewhat of a trade could happen with that. I have to look at other contracts of safeties that have 1 more years left on their deal. And I think that's what that's what he's looking for. Who's the guy that they missed out on? What's his name? A few years ago, that safety that we passed on.
Jeremy Chin.
Jeremy Chin's another one,
and that's because Budda Baker. Yeah, Budda Baker got money. He's probably stayed. I don't know what's going to buy, but Chin sounds like it could be a possible. It could be an interesting situation. I mean, I don't know what to make of it or think of it. Just keep your eyes out, because I do think Howie does something at some point. It's just, when they figure out what they need.
Well, think about it, because the Eagles have like 11 to 12 slated draft picks. God knows what picks they're going to get from compensatory as well. So, so people were saying Antoine Winfield as well. That's another guy they could go get, high caliber player on the last year of his deal. So, I mean, they're going to add somebody, whether it's Yannick, whether it's a linebacker. I mean, there's a lot of linebackers available in free agency. There's guys like that could come right in and play, even or trade for. There's a lot of bodies you can go after. So,
yeah. Marquand Williams says, "Thank you for the super chat." He goes, "Happy they're back because of the nostalgia, but I don't like the color green. It's too close to the Jets, and I think midnight green is better." Yeah, a lot of people feel the same way as you. I mean, I think most people don't, but a lot of people feel that way. I grew up liking it when they went to the initial midnight green. I wasn't really happy with it, and to me, they're Kelly green and the Jets Kelly green. I don't know. I never found it confusing, but that's just me.
Right.
But some people like the midnight green. Either way, no matter whether they keep, midnight green or not, I think a refresh is coming. I think they've got to kind of refresh those jerseys. They haven't done anything since '96, really, except for like really minor tweaks. And I do think something's coming. And thank you for the super chat.
Everybody has their opinions. Everybody has their I respect it. I get it. There's some people never seen these jerseys up close and personal before, so I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get it. If you especially if you've never seen it, but the way I look at it right now is I can live with it being an alternate, because then I get what I want, and then everybody else that doesn't like it, they still get what they want. I've been dying to have these back. Even if they play 3 times this year on them, I'm happy. Even twice, I'm happy. I wonder what they're going to do with the black helmets, though.
They're done.
Again?
It's finished.
See, see. This is what makes me think that maybe a refresh is coming, where it's going to be like Kelly Green goes back to 1, and then those black ones become the alternate. Although I would like the black with green wings. I think that looks so
that'd be
good.
Cool. Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah. JD Koch, thank you for super chat. Oh, wait, it's not super chat, but Jeremy Chin would be nice. Come on, Howie. Call Frank Reich. Yeah, I think he probably will. I think he probably will. Troy Singleton says Kevon Wallace is all talk, no action.
Can't disagree.
What do you think about him getting first-team reps? Do you think that's a sign of anything? Like, I don't know if that means he's showing up and looking good, or if they're, or they want to look at other people because they're not totally sold on what they have.
I think it's 100%. He's just looking at everybody else. I think it's because Sean Desai did say at his press conference, he's like, there's no first team, there's no second team, there's no third team. They're literally they're giving everybody a fair shot. He's not playing favorites. We've had coaches, defensive coordinators that play favorites. Okay, we had Nate Gary, for God's sakes. Okay, Jim Schwartz was a big Derek Barnett fan. You know what I mean? So. He's not playing favorites, and he's giving everybody a fair shot, which I think is a good thing because he loves competition. But everybody will be playing first team defense, regardless at that safety.
Well,
spot.
Yeah, but what about what about when they have their first preseason game? They're not going to play those starters because they're first team starters.
What
you know what I mean? Like you can't avoid being first or second team at some point.
Yeah, but what we could take from it is how many times has Kevon Wallace been on the field? Not much. It's really been Reed Blankenship and Terrell Edmonds. That's who it's really been the whole entire time.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure what to make of the safety position. Now, I mean, we have heard some good things about Sidney Brown, especially his play recognition. Like, there's a lot of talk like today, like he makes plays or he reads the plays before they happen, and he's there. And there was a play I think today where I guess he would have, maybe it was DeAndre Swift or Gainwell. He was gonna blow them up if there was actually tackling. So I think that's a good sign for him. But I seriously, this is why I think there's something to possibly, safety or wide receiver. That's all we've been bringing in and working out. Okay. And then to see that rotate, to see Kevon getting first team, I just don't know if I believe that they're totally okay with safety. Maybe they will be, but I think they're still looking.
Maybe it's as bad as we think it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I necessarily think it's bad, but like, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. We really haven't heard a whole lot about Edmonds or Blankenship so far. And I think for Blankenship, I actually think he's the kind of guy you'll hear more about when they start tackling, because that's where he's going to make his mark, in my opinion,
Right.
Fab Folder, thank you for a super chat, my man. He goes, it's great to catch you guys live. When it comes to jerseys, I only try to buy players that have retired as an Eagle. I don't want another Wentz. Oh, I totally get it. For the last 6 years, that's what I've been doing too. But I've been on a strike. It was a self strike that I wasn't going to buy any Eagle jerseys until Kelly Green was brought back. Now it's good. So all I've been doing is buying retired players too. If I know a player is going to be there for a few years, I'll buy it. For example, like I would love a 0 jersey, but I'm not buying Agent 0 and then he's gone next year. I can't do that. I love Brandon Graham, but I wouldn't buy his jersey till he retires. Guys like Devontae Smith, who I believe will be there long term, Goddard, Jalen Hurts, Nolan Smith, Carter,
Right.
Those guys are going to be around. A guy like Kelsey, yeah, maybe if you think he's going to retire because he's retiring as an Eagle, but that's about it. Lucius the Show, thank you for super chat. Goes, breaking news: Philly said he saw something coming. Oh,
Pause.
God. Pause. Forgot the pause.
Sorry. So the issue I have with these jerseys, not with the Kelly Greens, but I'm just saying buying jerseys in general now, this stupid number rule, which I can't stand, because if a player gets drafted, he might change his number the next year. So it's hard buying for rookie first round pick jerseys. It's hard, but because a player, you know what I mean? Like, even they could change their number at any time. You can own a jersey for a year and then they change their number. And that's this number rule is a problem with purchasing jerseys as well.
Yeah.
So
how do you like the numbers being that you can now take, like, a cornerback can have a single digit number or things like that? I still don't like that, dude. I like the old system.
Yeah, same.
Steve H. David Super Chat goes, Swift, Kelly Green is going to look nice. It's going to look great. It's just a matter of, will he be around? Clark David Super Chat goes, wife is getting me a Kelly Green jersey. 1, 3, or 6. Yeah, I mean, those are all great ones to have.
Tough choice.
Big Dog says 500 is going to be buying Kelly Green jerseys. Like, God, dude, these guys don't forget nothing. You make one comment. Oh, look who's here. Philly 500 mistress is here. What the hell? Hey, babe, when you're finished, I'll be ready for you. Thanks. Oh, my God. That's crazy. That's
horrible.
It is. It really is. So I lost my train. I've been distracted by my
Look at that picture too long. That's why.
What are you happy about so far early in camp? Like what are your overall thoughts about everything that has kind of gone down? I know we've only had 3 practices really Well,
yeah, it's still early, but I like how it seems like Jalen Carter has been very disruptive, knocking people over, and and then we don't even have full pads on yet, which is just kind of crazy. Everyone, especially the beat writers at practice, are talking about Nolan Smith and just how quick he is on the edge, just how like the speed that he has coming off the edge, and there was, I think, the second practice, which was interesting with Nolan Smith, they actually had him in coverage as a defensive end covering Dallas Goedert, and they had him covering Boston Scott, probably doing a wheel route or something like that. So Desai, obviously, we've already figured out that they're going to use him in multiple ways. He's not strictly going to be an edge rusher, which is fine. Like, I know they're going to do that, but I thought them two have been playing really well. Christian Ellis has been fantastic. I mean, Christian Ellis starting yet again and still making plays.
Now, what do you think about that? Like, because it's almost similar to Kevon Wallace in some ways, where he's getting first team reps. Like, I think he's probably legitimately got a chance to start, dude. I really do.
Who does?
Christian Ellis.
Oh yeah.
If you go back to OTAs and everything we've heard about him during OTAs, it sounds like he's got a legit shot.
No, I think he does. I mean, I can't wait to like this. I mean, I want to see more videos because we're just hearing so much right now. Hopefully, we get these open practices and we get these joint practices. We'll see a little bit more. But I mean, I'm not really worried about Nakobe Dean too much, but I'm not going to overhype it too much because he hasn't played a full game. He's been a special teamer all year. Last year, he had a little bit of a sample size when we were up by multiple touchdowns. The Titans game, everybody, we've been hyping that up so much, but we got to see what it's made of here. We got to see what he's all about, and how they're going to use him. And Desai's been throwing so much at him right now, like obviously, the green dot, and obviously calling all the plays for the defense, and they're just throwing him in, they're just throwing him in the fire right now. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Be good.
Marquand Williams, thank you for super chat. He goes, they say Nagata looks better than Zacchaeus at practice. Forgive me if I spelled the name wrong. And no refresh on the jerseys. No need. They're good. Okay. Well, you like, I definitely need a refresh, but I respect your opinion. As far as Nagata looks, I mean, we've heard some good things about him. No doubt about it. Quez had a good day. Zacchaeus had a good day. Yeah, Quez had a great day. So I haven't heard. We haven't heard really much from Calcaterra as far as the tight ends go. Tyree Jackson looked good the first day. As far as Nakobe Dean goes, you just got to wait and see. I got to put my faith and trust that the fact that he's got the green dot, and the fact that they are, they talk so highly of him and let Edwards go. Especially when Edwards didn't get all that money. I gotta believe that they know that they've got something there. I do. So it'll be interesting, and I agree with you on Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter so far. They've just been killing it. The other thing I'll say, like on the offensive side of the ball, I love, of course, how Jalen Hurts, everybody's saying he looks like he's even more accurate than he was a year ago. He had a great day today. But I really like how the offense is really making a point to use DeAndre Swift out of the backfield in the passing game. That is big, dude.
Are people actually saying that about Hurts on the third day of training camp? Like, really? What? Because the underthrown ball to Quet or whatever that Josh Jobe was covering?
No. They're saying he looks more accurate than he.
I thought you said Eagle fans were saying that.
No. The writers and things that we've heard at camp, like especially today, they were talking about some of the balls that were getting like his ball. They were saying that the ball coming out of his arm had a lot of pop to it. Like it was, the velocity was up and the accuracy was up. And it was like actually like making the pop sound when the guys would catch it. So he was throwing pretty hard. Pause.
I had to hold that in.
I know.
The balls, the velocity.
Why do you say pause sometimes? I'm saying because if I don't say it, I have 150 comments telling me I didn't say it. So it's like, oh gosh. Gandalf the White Davis super chat. Who has more receptions, Swift or the other backs combined? I think Swift by himself 100%. Will have more than the other guys combined. Because he's really the threat.
Look how they've been. Let me read this membership quick, and I want to say something real fast. So, Dank Kelly Green Burrito, member for 26 months, says the black version of the Kelly Green is fire.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
But
the one thing I want to say though is they literally have been using. I don't know how they've been. I really don't know what they've been doing with Rashad Penny too much. But I know they've been using Swift in a lot of the passing game. Like they have on 7-on-7s. They have been using him for passing. It's crazy.
You know, like running the ball is where you're going to get with Penny. And to me, really, to be honest, when it comes to the running backs, you need the pads on, and those guys need to be hitting. Otherwise, it's really hard to determine. I think running, you know, but out of the backfield receiving, you can definitely tell something. I don't know if go ahead.
Did you see what Penny said today, though, or no?
I didn't see his press. I've only saw a couple. I have to watch the rest of them tonight. What did he say?
He said, he said he feels a lot lighter. His legs feel really fresh. They've been taking really good care of him. That's when it comes to his health. And, he only, because he only played 5 games last year. But when he said in Seattle, he was like 235 to 237. He's trying to hit 225 right now. So I think losing weight, a little bit of weight and getting more leaner, his body feels a lot more lighter. And if they can keep this guy healthy, go back to what he could do, it's going to be one of the most exciting backfields. Probably, I mean, it's going to blow 2017 running back core out of the water, in my opinion. I think it will.
I think you're right. What happened? And Gandalf the Way, I don't know if I thank you for that super chat, but thank you, my man. And Chef, and I don't even try to pronounce
Chef Anabi.
He says, why do you think it took so long to bring back the Kelly Greens? The design is exact same as the 80s jerseys. The reason why it took so long was because the NFL had a rule that you could only have one type of helmet. So a lot of times when you see teams use different helmets, it's the same base, but they just put different stickers or decals on it. So the Eagles needed to change the base to Kelly Green. So that's why it took forever. They had to change the rule. Schlong Sucker 500. What kind of name is that? These guys crazy. Philly,
you seriously knew what you were reading.
Game? Also, can you and Joey do call-ins with fans? Yeah, I'll do call-ins, but I'm almost scared to put somebody named Schlong Sucker 500 on the screen. Yeah, we should do call-ins this summer at some point. We'll work that out for one of these episodes. I will not be streaming the Hall of Fame game, though. No, I will not. Oh, my God, dude. Hurts' balls are so good. His balls popped. I mean, dude, I can't get away with anything. His balls have popped. His balls were hard. Like,
have some pop.
I can't even say anything without pause. And here we go, Brooks Davis super chat. He goes, Maddox needs to bubble wrap that toe and play. Yeah, I mean that big ass toe was a problem last year too, man.
Dude,
I don't know.
He slowed down today. So at practice today, he actually had to slow down and get out of. I was at the one-on-ones between the DBs and the wide receiver drill today, and apparently he had to walk out of it and then go back in. So I don't know if it was the toe or whatnot, but I don't know. I think he's a major liability right now. I don't know why. I mean, I think he's one of the most underappreciated, probably most underrated corners that we have on our team. But he, hurt twice last year. And I don't know if we have another nickel corner right now. That's another problem. I mean, Josiah Scott. Oh, here's another lineup. Josiah Scott was right behind him at nickel. And that's bad news. There's nobody else. There's nothing else.
I was going to say maybe Greedy Williams could slip in there, but Pause.
Justin Evans too. Justin Evans played. Huh?
No, I know what they're saying.
Oh.
Slip in there. Pause. Kieran Edwards, thank you for super chat. 500's mistress reminded me of Joey and everyone, wife of Lucas Van Ness, Chinny Chin on draft night. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Was Lucas Van Ness was it his girlfriend or wife or whatever? Was she the one that got kissed on the lips by the father? Did you see that? There was a player that got drafted.
I have and then
the father goes over to the girlfriend or wife and starts like kissing her on the mouth. And everybody's like, what the hell is that? I don't know who that was. I forget.
I'm not sure.
It's crazy. I don't know, man. It's crazy. But the one thing we should say, and we forgot really to mention though, and knock on wood, pause, but but no injuries. We were pretty healthy. We were coming pretty healthy. There hasn't been any injuries. You saw Jalen Ramsey got hurt, Burrow got hurt, and so far so good with that.
Probably shouldn't have mentioned that, but you want to drink that shit.
But it's important. I mean,
no, but it's really good though.
But that's the most important thing. We want to stay healthy,
Yeah, but look at these. Look at like not being one of 3 teams that doesn't have that mini camp on top of having all the starting training camp early. You saw like Joe Burrow. Jalen Ramsey needs surgery on his knee. He's gonna be out 4 to 8 weeks. That Cowboys safety ended up getting hurt. He's gonna be out 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, you don't laugh at injuries like that. It's horrible though, especially when you're not even in full pads yet. It's horrible.
Yeah. John Castiglione, I hope I said that right. Member for 15 months of Dingbat Nation. Thank you. He goes, I thought Van Ness' dad touched the girl's rear. Yeah, that too. Whoever it was, I don't know if it was Van Ness or if it was somebody else. But dude, it's true. This is true. This was recorded. This was like on live on ESPN. The dude, Joe Mariucci says, yeah, the father also grabbed the girlfriend's ass too. It was recorded. Yeah. He kissed her on the lips and grabbed her butt.
What the hell?
Everybody was like, what the hell was that? Like, what is going on in that family?
Sick.
No. That's crazy, right? I would have punched my dad in the face. If that happened. Jeez. Spirit Divine says, Hurts and his pop balls are going to get, come on, man. Nobody's getting hurt. I did not jinx it. I don't mention injuries like that. I'm just making a statement. So far, so good. These guys have no chemistry together. I'm not feeling the vibes are mutual on the direction of this live. These guys have no chemistry. Are you talking about us?
Yeah, I think he is.
Oh, thanks, man. Serious jokes. That's a pretty funny one. Well, we do got 652 people in the chat, so thank you guys so much for that. If you're new, make sure you hit that like, make sure you subscribe, and let's prove him wrong.
Subscribe to both channels if you guys haven't.
Pierce says, I'm watching the Eagles versus Lions snow game. Awesome.
Great game.
That's one of the great games. Absolutely. Absolutely. Joseph says, Joey and 500 have great vibes. Thank you.
Yeah, Joe.
Appreciate that. Rogue said, what did Rogue say? Hold on. Where did Rogue go? Oh, ain't got, are we sure Van Ness isn't, I don't know where he's from. I don't even know if it was Van Ness. It might not have been him. It might have been somebody else. I don't remember who it was. I just know it was somebody. License Break says, you're welcome. I always got you both, and I'm subscribed for almost a year now. Thank you, man.
Thanks, bro.
Appreciate that. So, yeah, I mean, let's talk about wide receiver for a second. Because you have Quez Watkins, and he had an absolute great day, right? And then I'll just call him Oz. I think he had a pretty good day to practice before. Do you think this is a legit wide receiver battle going on here? Or do you think they're going to give it to Quez simply because he was already on the team a year ago?
I mean, I think there's more assurance having like Zacchaeus here, but I feel like they have a lot of trust in Quez. That's how I take it. I feel like they have a lot of faith in him, and he could do all this. He could do all this catching during during this training camp, but can he do this during the regular season? That's going to be the question. And it's not like he dropped 8. I was going to say it's not like he dropped 18 balls, but we hold these receivers to a high standard right now, and from the couple mistakes he made were very crucial, and they were one fumble turned into us being not undefeated anymore. I mean, there was a lot more to blame in that Washington game, and then obviously having the shoulder sprain for weeks, and then giving him a big opportunity to catch one of the biggest throws of the game of the Super Bowl. So I don't know. I mean, I think he's learned from it, and there's actually a couple people I know that know his trainer. He's been working. He worked his tail off this offseason, so I'm hoping he's coming. I think when Zacchaeus got signed, I think he really got pissed. He was like, "I'm going to show all you," and that was really cool to see as well. So I don't think there's I think there's always competition, but I think they have their eyes set on Quez starting, and that's just me.
Well, I like how Quez kind of handled it this all season. He said his piece and that was like he was going to show everybody, and then he got quiet about it. He wasn't like Rager fighting with the fans and things like that. I like that about Quez. I'm definitely rooting for Quez Watkins. And we'll see. Aiden has been out all day. Any Eagles news? Well, I mean, the only real news is that in terms of practice today, Jalen Hurts was absolutely fantastic. He was kind of the talk of practice, I would say. The offense kind of shined today, and Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter continue to do their thing. They're using a lot of DeAndre Swift. Quez Watkins had a great day, and then there's the rumors that Howie's still seeking possible safety. I mean, that's pretty much it. Watch the last video I did, and I'm sure Joey did one, and it'll kind of recap all the day, everything that kind of happened.
Oh yeah.
Ibanez says, Joey and 500, are you curious how the special teams will be this upcoming training camp?
Oh yeah.
I'm very concerned about the training camp. I'm concerned about the training camp, the special teams at training camp, because I don't know what to think about the punting situation. I don't understand why you have that kid out there and he's been cleared. Like, why not get a kicker in here, man? Somebody that could punt the ball. Field position and changing the field position is so important. It just did.
And I heard that that Tyler Zenner, Legatron, has been like the first person at practice every day and been practicing like crazy. So, I mean, it's already enough. I don't like Michael Clay as a special teams coordinator. I don't know. And they gave him a raise and they extended him or whatever they did, but they got to figure out the blocking schemes, because I thought the blocking schemes were we could blame so much on the returners, but when it comes to blocking scheme, if these guys don't have enough room to go anywhere, it's a whole nother issue. But we really haven't seen a depth chart since OTAs of what both of the punt return and kick returner will look like, and punter as well. So I don't know what's happening yet. I mean, we'll find out soon. We'll find out the depth chart for maybe they haven't been doing special teams as much. Surprisingly, it has been reported like crazy.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
The issue with the Eagles, like in a lot of the training camp stuff, is media is allowed to film the warm-ups, like them warming up in drills, but they're not allowed to film like the 11-on-11s and things like that. So there's a lot of things we just can't see, VJ's David Super Chat. He goes, I love when a Cowgirl fan comes in and trolls hate. Oh, that's fine, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, after a while, when you do YouTube, you really, for the most part, you really just kind of tune out the stuff, the negative stuff. It's just like, whatever,
We're worried about us right now. Like we're focusing on us right now. This is the time for it. So
right. Yeah. Flipping the Bird 85. Thank you for Super Chat. He goes, Eagles D will lead the league in interceptions with 12 and sacks with 88.
Wow.
Man, that would be an NFL record. Listen, I hope you're absolutely right, man. I hope you're absolutely right. And thank you for Super Chat.
So does Reddick's injury bother you a little bit?
No, not now. Because he was, there was video of him walking, doing drills. They're saying that he should probably be good to go next week. As long as he comes back and he's fully healthy when he comes back, I'm not worried about it. You just gotta let that injury heal. But I think he'll be okay at this point. Now, if we go into like next week, and then by the end of next week he's still under the same situation, then I'll start to wonder and worry. What about you?
No, not really. I mean, I don't even know how it happened. It could have just been anything, but no, I think it's too early in the process. There's no point in rushing him back, and it's way too early. So he should practice later this week. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. So hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, and I talked about this in previous videos. A lot of times people say, the Super Bowl, the team that loses Super Bowl struggles, that it's hard for them to come back the following year. But a lot of reasons I think that happens is because a lot of these teams are injured. They're banged up. They get finished the season late. They get late surgeries, and it takes them a while to get going. Just look at us in 2017. The one thing about this team, after having played in the Super Bowl, we're coming in healthy, man. I mean, this is about one of the healthiest rosters I remember seeing. I mean, you only got 3 guys basically on limited practice. That's great.
Well, more that comes with coming out of getting out of a Super Bowl, even not winning it and going to the next to try to get to the next year. It's not even just that, but it's paying your free agents. It's players leaving, it's coaches leaving, because usually if you're the top team that gets up there, your coaches are getting pried out. When you have new coaches, new head coach, you never know what can happen. You know what I mean? So a lot of changes do happen, but it's not even me being biased. Like, this team is just so it's so close. Like, and I feel like, here's the thing. I made a video about this, and I was really, I don't know if you watched that episode of Unscripted at all.
I didn't.
But there were Nick Sirianni, I think, really took this Super Bowl loss. Like, and I'm not saying he doesn't take anything seriously, but I think it's left like a brutal scar. And I think he's a little bit different this year. I think he's still the playful coach that he is, but I think he's a little bit more serious, especially at the practice, who's yelling at the guys. Like, I feel like he's a little bit more, he feels that this team is so close. Like, we are so close to winning, and we have such a good roster, and the culture is just perfection right now, that, I think he's more firm. I think he's a little bit more strict. I just feel like he's just a little bit different this year, going into this season. So
I think he's worried about that slump, and that, you have to come in, you have to get these guys to forget the Super Bowl and being in it. You have to get them to refocus, and those little things matter. So I think I think he was basically, like, because of all the yelling that he's been doing, especially the first 2 days, like, I really think he was setting the tone, like, you got to take this serious. I thought that was a very big deal. And I think it tells me that he has a very good feel for his team and what is needed at the right time. And I like the fact that he's willing to do what it takes. So I actually take it as a positive. I think it's a positive, man.
No, it is. It is.
Marquand Williams, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, I think the reason that the Eagles don't have a lot of injuries, knock on wood, pause, is because of the way we structured our practices. No 2-a-days or hitting, better conditioning equals no injuries. It's true. I mean, last year we were talking about at this time, why aren't they playing in the preseason? Why aren't these guys going to play in the preseason? We're going to be rusty. And they went right into Detroit and had no problems. The year before, week 1 versus Atlanta, no problems. You're not going to hear me complain about them not playing these guys at all. Oh my God, Joey's 5th wife. I didn't even look at that when I highlighted it. Are you almost done yet, Joey? I'm waiting for you. Who is this person?
Oh man!
Thank you for super chat. I know I always do that, dude. I always click on it, so I don't. I click on it to bookmark it, but I don't read what it says. I always get myself in trouble with that. License says our team will be easygoing, elite, and ready for the start of the season. So many factors are going to break off and break out and become stars. I agree. I totally agree. Now we're what, 2 weeks before the first preseason game, right? It's Thursday. Was it the 12th, I think, or 13th? I don't know which day, but I'm trying to catch up to these. Yeah, but it's not this Thursday. It's the following Thursday. I think we play Baltimore, right? It's Baltimore.
Yeah.
I expect one series with Hurts and stuff, and then the preseason's over. That's it. They're done for the preseason. Starters are done. I think we'll see I think we'll see guys like Carter and Nolan Smith. I would play Jordan Davis a lot. I think he needs a conditioning. Preseason, these games are going to be very interesting. One position we haven't really talked about that I do want to talk about is the right guard spot, because right now it looks like, they were saying they were going to give Juergens and Steen both opportunities with the one. And right now they have just been given Juergens. A lot of people think that Juergens might already have this thing at right guard locked up.
Yeah, it might be too, like, we don't, I mean, Nick's not going to say, oh, well, this guy's going to be the star. It's not, he's not going to throw a starter in there. He's not going to announce who the starter is for any position. But We got to see when Tyler Steen kind of catches up a little bit. Like, the only thing that Cam Jurgens has over Tyler Steen right now is he's been with the Eagles for a year. He's had an offseason like this. He's been to a training camp. So he's had playing time at an NFL level. So that's the only thing. And I think I noticed in some of these videos when like the offensive line is working out, like every time like Cam Jurgens is up to do something, Stoughton is like always on top of him. Pause. But he's always on top of him. I don't know. I feel like, Cam, and I think the way Lane talks about him, the way Kelsey talks about him, like he's, he's an undersized. He was supposed to be our another guy that was supposed to be a center for us, but I think there's a good competition there. Like I want to see what else Tyler Steen could do, but I'm not a big fan of redshirting Cam Jurgens for another year. Then you're going to have 2 years if Kelsey retires after this year to see what he's got, but I'm not really worried about it too much. I think Cam Jurgens might have the spot. I mean, I think it's already set stone, maybe.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
I agree. Official says until. I think I must have missed other stuff on that, but until.
Let me just. I got a membership here. It says Duncan Wright, member for 10 months, says watch Dallas live stream. They're scared of Carter.
Oh yeah, they're definitely Jalen Carter. They're scared of because like Mark Holmes keeps talking about Mozzie Smith, and he's going to be better than Jordan Davis, and I'm like, well, look, I think Jordan Davis will be pretty good, but how come you never mentioned Jalen Carter? And it's like, oh yeah, you guys forgot about that. But Dallas is definitely scared. John Jones says, how can I watch the game? I believe the Eagles, if you're not local in the Philly area, I believe the first game the Eagles play, I think it's NFL Network. I actually think the NFL Network is broadcasting it live. So I think that's where it's going to be. I'll also be streaming every Eagles preseason game. I get that NFL thing. So whatever it's called, I forget. So I get
that won't be on Ticket though, will it? Preseason games?
No, Ticket. It won't be on Ticket. Preseason games not on Ticket. It's on
right.
What is that? What is that one thing that they have? It's where you could go back and watch all the games. It's $100 a year.
Plus.
Yeah, it's on that.
Oh, okay.
It's on that. You have to have a membership to that to get it. I do because I use it during the season. So
yeah, it's $10 a month. I mean, I think before it was $100. It was before it became NFL Plus. It was on. No,
that NFL Plus is. I don't know if that's the same thing. I don't know if that's the same thing, but I don't know if it's like Game Time or wherever, where you can watch all the games from years.
NFL, yeah. Oh yeah, no, I mean, I think that's what it is because I just watched a game on that recently, an old game. So
okay, maybe they changed it. Well, that good. Then I won't get a recurring bill of $100.
Because originally it was $100 for. I forgot what it was called. That app you could watch all the old game before NFL Plus came. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Joe says, Philly Joey, besides Covey, is there someone you want to see returning? Covey quietly improved the season one. Yeah, he really did. Like his average per punt really went up a lot. And I'm all for giving him an opportunity. I gotta say, I'm very curious to see if Devin Allen could return punts with his speed. Because it just seems like if you give him some space and he could hit that whole pause. But if he's able to, I mean, I don't think anybody's catching him. I don't know that they will give him that opportunity, though. They didn't seem to want to do it last year, and now he's got, a sore, like a calf or something. So I don't even know what's going on.
I mean, you have there's a couple guys from OTAs, because that's the last time we heard really the depth chart from OTAs. I mean, it's not going to be Quez Watkins, other than Covey, other than Devin Allen. It's not going to be Quez. Zacchaeus is another one. I could see. That Jaquan Payton, he's got some special teams background from Tennessee to Mississippi State. Another receiver they picked up that could definitely help with special teams. And his value is that special teams, that kick returner, and as just a regular special teams guy making tackles. So, yeah. I mean, I think that's it, because other than that, if you can't find the right guy, I mean, I don't really like Boston Scott on kick returns, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's the right guy to be back. I don't know. I don't think he's the right guy to be back there.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to punt returner and punter, I just think there's such an opportunity to improve, especially punter. Now, hopefully Covey will take another step this year. I mean, it's going to be interesting thing to see. John King says, "Hey Philly, Mark is always bitching about Eagle fans always thinking they're getting a superstar, but his newest video is him thinking they're getting Jonathan Taylor. Why? I don't understand. Why does Dallas want Jonathan Taylor? Don't they got Pollard and they got Robert Jones too or something like that? I don't know. That's weird. The issue that Mark really has, let me explain, is that he's an old time Cowboys fan, and back in the day before the salary cap, Dallas was in on everything. And now that there's a cap and it's the Eagles that are always getting talked about with being in on people, he's jealous. He's very, very jealous of it. You know,
I mean, Taylor's not going to get 16 million a year. It's just these running backs are just they're kind of getting crazy now. Like, why do you think Dalvin Cook's not signed yet? I mean, they're not paying over 15 million, not even 13. I mean, the lowest I think a team will pay is maybe 11 to 12 million dollars. Other than that, you're not going past that. So
yeah. Danielle says 500. Get your Superbox Pro. You can watch it any team you want. What is What is that? I don't even know what that is. Is that like a old cable descrambler type thing? Remember those?
Yeah.
You used to have these cable descramblers, like $35 on the back of like a magazine, you know, back when you'd have to do like mail order like that way. And I remember getting one, ordering one and going, this thing ain't going to work, but just in case. And it worked. It worked. But is that what it means? Like, you're going to have to show me or tell me what that is. I'll get it. I'll get it right away. I never heard of it. Let's see. Bleeding Kelly Green says 500. I like that picture you showed of the crowd wearing Kelly Green with while Reddick was getting Purdy on his ass. Let's go. Yeah, that picture. I was watching the Eagles NFC Championship game replay there on NFL Network, and then they showed that side, and you could see the fans. And I paused it, and I'm looking at them, and like 65% of the people in there had to be all were wearing Kelly Green stuff. I'm thinking, geez, everybody's already wearing throwback Kelly Green stuff. You might as well just switch it if you want to make more money.
Just imagine the whole stadium looking like that. Just imagine, like, that's going to be nuts.
Yeah. Let's see. Twist says they're only card 5 rings. Most NFL players haven't seen any of them. That's true. Marcus says Kelsey contemplating retiring after watching Mozzie in practice. Yeah, I don't think so. Put it this way, why would Kelsey be scared of Mozzie when every single day he's got to go up against Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and Fletcher Cox? I don't think he's worried about Mozzie Smith at all. The most difficult competition for him comes at practice. The most difficult competition for our corners and our receivers come in practice. Game time is a breeze, my friend. I definitely don't think he's worried about that. Justin, Davis Super Chat, he goes, hope you guys are having a good day. What undrafted free agent do you think has the best chance to make the team? I'm hoping Eli Ricks makes it. I don't know until I watch and see some preseason games and watch these guys. But I'm watching that kid from Michigan State, the linebacker fan, whatever, because everybody said this kid's an athletic freak. He's an athletic freak. And I think he played fullback when he first came to college. And he's I think at the combine, he had one of the highest results. So I want to see this kid play. And that's really the guy.
Yeah, I think he was top. I think he would have been top 5 in agility cone drills. I think 3 cone drill, whatever it is. And I think he would have been second best 40 time. I think.
Yeah. So
in the combine,
he's the guy I want to watch out for. I'm really curious. And then there's a guy like Christian Ellis. I just want to see if he can beat out what's his face,
Nicholas Morrow.
But I mean, what are your thoughts on Nicholas Morrow so far? It sounded like it's been a little bit up and down with him, kind of.
I think it's been way too quiet, to be honest with you. I think it's been really quiet with him. I don't know what we're getting. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's with other than the Kobe Dean, it's him, and then it's Davion Taylor that he's been hurt the past 2 other seasons. So it's is he done? I mean, is Davion Taylor just it's just too late? There's not much depth behind there at linebacker. It's just
there is
nothing.
And surprisingly, they haven't been working out linebackers. They
worked one.
Now, what do you think? They worked one. What are your thoughts with Nolan Smith? Like, technically, he's a linebacker. I know they want to really use him like Hassan Reddick, but I mean, here's a guy that runs 4.39. I mean, would you let him try to cover corners? I mean, not corners, but tight ends. Would you?
I would.
Would you put him in, let him try.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he could do some off the ball stuff, at times. Why not?
I don't even care about the 40 time with Nolan Smith. It's just he is so athletic. You just can't waste it as him being, as much as I could be selfish. Maybe we're going to be a little bit selfish and want him to be as a pure edge rusher. But at the same time, like, that's why I'm saying, dude, like, go out and get Yannick Ngakoue and add to that defensive line. This way you can kind of replace a little bit. And if you want to use him at outside linebacker, use him there, like, or something. Yeah. I don't know.
I would use him. I would use him like Dallas used Parsons the first few years. That's how I would use Nolan Smith. Fly Eagles Fly P says, what if you mixed Kelly Green and Midnight Green? If you were the owner of the Eagles, Philly and Joey, what would you do as owners, and what would you change as owners? That's a great question. I'm open to a mix if it could work. Like, I'd have to see mock-ups and what it looks like, but I'm open to trying. And if I was the owner and I could change it, what I would do is I would go back to Kelly Green, like you've seen. I'd probably maybe modernize it a little bit and not make it such a throwback, but I'd modernize it. And then I would have the Kelly Green and the green helmets, my home. And then I would do a white one. And I would have the white jerseys with a white helmet like they used to. And I would make that look really good for away. And then on the alternate jerseys would be black with Kelly Green wings and numbers. That's what I would do if I could do anything. What about you?
I would do a Philly cheesesteak eating contest within the stadium.
That work.
I would definitely do it. But
there you go. Eduardo, thank you for super chat. He goes, are Kelly Green jerseys available online or just at Pro Shop Stadium? They're available tomorrow just at the 3 shops in the Philly area. And then on Tuesday, August 1st, they should be available online on the Fanatics website, right? That was what it was. So
yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah. Dude, I guarantee you those things are going to sell in minutes tomorrow. In minutes.
I wonder how much inventory they have on these jerseys, because it's got to be like, there's no way they just have like how they just have them in NFL Pro Shop. They must have quadrupled the inventory for every jersey. There's no way you're just going to have normal inventory for those jerseys. No way.
And Eduardo, thank you for super chat. We got 665 people in the chat between both channels, by the way. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like. Make sure you subscribe to both channels. We appreciate you guys. Next week, we will be going back to Saturdays. We did Sunday the last 2 weeks because I had family things that were already planned. So it's on me. Fault. But yeah, definitely. Eduardo, we got that. Big Dog says, it's nothing but love with the wife stealing comment. He knows. James, what's up, man? He goes, 500. You sleeping on the Giants? Don't be surprised if they win the division. I'd be very surprised if the Giants win the division. I would be shocked. Listen. I don't know. See, I'm just not a big believer in that quarterback. I'm sorry. Like, I don't understand how people can rank him. Did you see there's been rankings where they're like he's better than Hurts? The guy had 15 touchdowns last year. What are they talking about? And if you look at the weapons, I mean, I think Waller's a great addition if he stays healthy. He's like kind of like DeAndre Swift. You got to stay healthy. But who are you scared of on the outside for the Giants? Like, who scares you?
Not Shepard, not Slayton, not Waller.
Nobody scares me.
Cole Beasley. I mean, I don't know.
No, I mean, Cole Beasley's coming out of retirement. We don't even know.
Right. Oh yeah,
and I think it'll be a little better, but he's gonna have to go against the best offensive line in football. As Micah Parsons. What has Parsons done in all his games combined against the Philadelphia Eagles that he's played? A half a sack. That's all he's gotten, a half a sack. So I'm not scared of the Giants. I really think it's Dallas and the Eagles. I mean, I think Dallas has gotten better than they were a year ago. I do. I think they're better than they were a year ago in all seriousness. And I think it's the Eagles, Dallas. I think those arguably could be the best two teams in the conference. Them and those would be, my top three teams in the conference are the Eagles, the Niners, and Dallas. So I can't see the Giants winning.
Oh, I mean, even Washington. I mean, I feel like the Washington fans are only coming out and like now they're like supporting their team so much because they got this, this new owner now, and they're about to change everything, and a new name is supposed to come out next year or whatever. It's just,
yeah.
Apparently, Sam Howell's having a pretty good camp. I mean, he's having a pretty good camp right now, but is it enough?
We just don't know what to expect from him. He if he doesn't work out, I think Rivera's gone, dude.
Well, Phil, you agree? Like Washington has some good weapons, though. Like Washington's got some good players. Oh, yeah. They do.
Washington has a really good defensive line. They have. I think they have good weapons. I think they got some good players. I do. But the big giant question mark with Washington is the quarterback. I haven't seen enough of Howell that I can say, oh, yeah, you should pencil him in. They're good to go. I just don't know,
True.
Buzzology says, Parsons got pummeled by all our offensive linemen at different times. Dickerson actually laughed at him. Yeah, I mean, Parsons has done nothing against the Eagles. Half a sack, and a lot of times it's Lane shutting him down. All these guys, because they move Parsons all over the place.
The only time that he did anything was against when we put Driscoll at right tackle and he lined up on his side immediately. That was really the only time he really did anything.
Yeah, he just gets shut down by this offensive. I mean, you look at this offensive line. Look at some of the guys that they shut down. I mean, it's unbelievable. They shut down Parsons. They shut down Bosa. I mean, to me, this is
on injury.
I know on injury. Like, to me, this offensive line is not just the best in the league right now. I really think it's one of the better offensive lines I have seen since the 90s Cowboys. I really believe that. If they could win another Super Bowl, if they would have won, I think they'll get that credit. I mean, what Lane Johnson did last year with that injury to shut down the guys he did in the playoffs was absolutely amazing, dude. It was.
I mean, I think Hassan Reddick would have had close to 30 sacks if he wasn't in coverage earlier in the season. I think he would have done so much more. I think he would have done way better than what he did.
Yeah.
It was a great season.
Marcus says our defense isn't all about Parsons, but our offense, both games really had no problem scoring on you guys. I mean, Minshew put over 30 points on your defense. Your defense didn't really do anything. The first game we were up 20-0. If the Eagles don't take their foot off the gas, it's a 42-7 game. The Eagles were kind of learning how to win at that point in time. Dallas defense does not scare me at all. And look, I like Stephon Gilmore. I think he's good. I think Diggs is okay. Diggs, I think, is a little bit overrated, to be honest with you. I think he gets a lot of turnovers, but he gives up a lot of yards.
But it's not going to carry. But it's not going to carry their offense. Like, look what happens against the 49ers. Like, the defense played really well. The problem with that Dallas offense was they weren't running the ball enough, and they passed the ball way too much, and they put too much on Dak's shoulders. And that was a big problem. And like your offense has got to do something in that situation. You can't rely on your defense the whole entire game. Like, we don't know what Mike McCarthy's going to do. Is he going to pass more? Is he going to run more with that team? I don't know.
I think McCarthy's DNA is to pass. And I think that you're going to see a very pass happy Dallas team, and people are going to be complaining and crying to get Pollard involved.
True. Could be.
Yeah, Lexus says they don't have Zach Martin. He's already $250,000 in the hole, $50,000 a day.
Crazy.
Jeez. Imagine what Cooks is going to do against Slay. You better hope Cooks is healthy.
You better hope Dak can get him the football. That's another thing. Like, if you bring in another receiver, and I'm not saying like, yeah, he's and Cooks has had some injuries, but he's been a 1,000-yard receiver every year. I mean, he's pretty underrated, but I mean, how much more, he's got to prove. I mean, Dak's got to prove himself. And I think within this next 2 seasons, between this year and next year, I mean, that's it. I think, like, I don't know. If you're with the Cowboys right now, do you think, like, if Dak doesn't really make it to anything this year? I mean, what's the pressure on Dak this year in general? What's the height that he needs to reach this year?
Dak? He's got to get to at least the NFC Championship game. I think he's got to at least have an NFC Championship game, if not more. But that's what I think. Samantha says, Philly, my husband official has been sending you chats all day and night. What is your problem, young man? I'm probably older than you. Is this how you treat your viewers, huh? Stop being mean to him where I'm subbing fat boy. I don't even know what they're talking about. There's 630 people in here. I can't see everybody chat. And I vaguely remember something official, and I clicked on it, and the only thing it said was until. So I don't know what they're talking about. But if that's how you feel, good, bye.
Yeah, why are you messaging for your? Why are you messaging for your husband? Like, let him handle his own business.
I don't know what to tell you. I didn't see anybody. I clicked on a guy thing. One thing it said until.
I'm sorry. My ears are closed. Sorry.
My wife. Sorry, my ears are closed. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I don't know what to tell you. Like, people think that it's like easy. Like, you can just go through every chat. Like,
back in the day,
see people. I can't see everybody, and I can't see the chat. The chat just doesn't like slowly go. It's like chunks of data coming at you. So it was never my intention
Shame on you
to ignore anybody. But
shame on you.
After that reaction, have a good life. David says, Kellen Moore leaving the boys is going to kill them. McCarthy's going to mess up the offense completely. I agree. Totally agree. Go F yourself. Says, no man sends a woman to handle his business. Yeah, I don't believe that was really his wife. Because she looked about 40 years older.
And it's Samantha Jones is the most generic name ever.
I think it's the same person. But truthfully, dude, I didn't see you. I remember one thing, and it just said until. That was it. But I'm not trying to ignore anybody. Don't get upset. Marquand Williams, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, how is the Cowboys running game going to look with Tony Pollard come off that injury? He may not be the same. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a great question. It is. I have no idea. Oh God,
not sure.
The Eagles have A.J. Brown, Smith, Goddard, and Swift. Do you think there's enough Hurts balls to make everybody happy? I do. Yeah. I mean, you had really, if Goddard plays last year and doesn't miss some games, he might have gone over 1,000 yards. You might have had 3,000-yard receivers. I do think you're going to see not as much designed runs as you have in the past. And I think that will give a few more balls.
Design runs with Hurts?
Yeah, I think they're going to cut down on some of those. I don't think you're going to get as many. I'm not saying you're going to do them, but I don't think there'll be as many. I mean, do you want to keep putting Hurts in a position where he's getting hit all the time? I mean, I get it. You got to use his abilities. You don't want to take it away, but you also have to balance and try to keep him healthy.
Well, you bring running backs in the room like this to get less pressure, get pressure off of him. So, like, I think they'll still do those QB sneaks. I think they'll keep doing those because they were so successful with them.
Yeah.
But
there was a lot of games where, I mean, if you just talked about like where there were plays where if they could just dump it off to the receiver, I mean, to the running back out of backfield, there was 30 yards and Hurts didn't have to worry about getting hit or making a move. Those are the kind of areas where I think you'll see more balls. Albert Drakeford Jr. He says Nolan Smith will start. He's too talented. I am curious to see how they're going to use him, because I think you have to find ways to get him on the field. I just do.
True.
Kieran Edwards says, thank you for super chat. He goes, Eagles Twitter says 9 a.m. online tomorrow for Kelly Greens. Online. Okay, well, I'll look into that. I'll look into that. What Joey had told me was it was August 1st was online, but I'll be ready either way. I'm going to be up and trying to get them. That's for sure.
Yeah, if you have a link to like a news source, just put it in the chat because I see nothing on online anything.
Or send it to me on Twitter and I'll put it in like the community tab or something because I think we're about to end this show. And we got 648 people here. Thank you guys so much. If you're channel, hit that like, make sure you subscribe. And if we missed your comments, it was not on purpose. We're not ignoring anybody. But make sure you subscribe to both channels. And like we will be back next Saturday for sure.
100%. We'll be ready to go.
Yeah, man. So is there anything else on the way out?
I think we covered. I think we covered. I mean, I don't think we really didn't cover. Maybe it was, we didn't really talk about Marcus Mariota too much, but he's been very up and down. He's been more bad days than good so far. Yeah. But hopefully not having to use him too much. So
I'll still take him over Gardner Minshew, though.
No, I do. Yeah. Similar skill set. So, I mean, I have no issue with it.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, guys. Well, listen, we're going to let you go. I'm not sure. You said there's no practice. Well, I'm not sure if there's practice or not tomorrow, but we'll both have videos out, and then we'll be back next Saturday for sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I forgot what the tweet. It was from the other day. It was a tweet the other day from somebody that worked for the. I think it was a beat writer or somebody that said that the Eagles practiced today, and obviously Monday they're off. So
yeah, they might be. They might have been off because they were doing all the promotional stuff for the Kelly Greens.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Marley, thank you for super chat. I honestly think Zeke being gone benefits the Eagles. So many games where he got them over the goal line and those first downs just from sheer force. Yeah, Zeke has had big games against us in the past. No doubt about it. There's no question about it.
Yeah, they have that big back from Tampa, don't they? What's his name?
Robert Jones, right?
Ronald Jones, yeah.
Ronald Jones, yeah. I'm not sure what he's got left, though, but it'll be interesting. We shall see. All right, guys. Well, with that, we're going to let you guys go. Go F yourself saying correct, no practice tomorrow. So that means we can concentrate on getting them jerseys in the morning. It makes it a little easier for me I can go in a little earlier to work if I don't have to stay home and wait for practice to end. But all right, guys, we will let you go. You guys have a great night. Thanks for all super chats, new subscribers, viewers, and sorry to anybody we offended because we might have missed a comment. It was not on purpose. With that said, we'll let the Cowboy fans take us out. Peace.
Peace.
We had one.
Yo, you gotta be motherfucking kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
running
from
up.
to
get off the field on third down. That bullshit.
That is not right.
He's gotta be better, man. Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more play. We had an opportunity to win that game at the end. But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us. I'm upset, but the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. We had an opportunity for one more play.